We went down to Greenwood Hearth, a special place to stay. Made our camp beneath a tree upon a summer's day. Sat and talked, exchanging tales with new friends that we'd met. A healing place with standing stones, a place I won't forget.
Welcome back to What Can I Paint Next? Exercise 9. As you can see, it doesn't get better than this. We've got a lovely blue sky, sunny day. I've got a beautiful landscape in front of me. As you can see, this is what I'm going to be painting today. It's Greenwood Hearth at Checkley. And what I'm trying to do is capture a landscape. That's all we're trying to do today. We're looking at a noun, the landscape, and this is the landscape I've chosen. I'm using the road going towards a point in the distance, and that's going to be pretty much my focus, so it'll be just off the centre slightly. But this is the starting point. Like we did with the figure, like we did with the object, start off with just one noun, the landscape. And this landscape is Greenwood Hearth at Checkley. I'm going to be painting outside, so let's have a look at filling in the planning sheet, exercise 9 planning sheet. So the landscape is going to be Greenwood Hearth, Checkley, and sources. This is en plein air. I'm actually painting it outside in the landscape. It's a wonderful thing to do if you've got the equipment to be able to set up an easel. It doesn't take much equipment to actually do it. If you've got a little paint set and a sketchbook, that's all you need. But to be a bit more comfortable, if you can get some things together to set yourself up for maybe an hour or two, you can get some really nice effects. One thing to bear in mind is the time restraint. That sun's going to be moving all day today, so I've got to make sure that I get down what I want really quickly, which is one of the things about painting and on plein air, is actually getting everything down as you see it as quickly as possible. So materials, I'm going to use acrylics, my 6 colours of acrylics. And I'm going to be using a bowl rather than a palette. What I find is I tend to drop things and make a mess. So if I put it in a bowl, and it doesn't tip up as much, and also I can get it home without having to clean my palette. I just put something over the top, stick it in the bag, and I can get that home. Surface, I'm going to use 40 centimetre by 30 centimetre canvas. Pretty much used to using that now. And it's a nice size for doing a quick landscape. Anything too big, you're having to spend most of your time just putting the paint on. And time estimate, I'm going to try and do it in an hour tops, maybe 1 or 2 hours. I really need to get it done before it gets too hot here. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning here, and already it's getting quite warm. Right, so let's look at our fundamentals. Line, I've put 3, 2, tone, 4, shape, 3, texture, 3, colour and composition, 4 and 5. Composition is going to be the most important thing in a landscape. You want to find some sort of point that everything's leading to, or some sort of focus where your eye settles. It's actually quite tricky choosing a view. It's very easy to say, oh, that would make a lovely painting. But if you actually start to try and paint it, the lines in the land So to take your eye outside the painting, which is why I've chosen that road going off into the distance to capture your eye. Next is tone and colour. I'm going to try and capture the goldenness of some of the grass to give it a real summer feel. So that's where my colour comes in. And the tone, I want to get the shadows in there, and also doing a bit of atmospheric perspective, getting things in the background, definitely in the background. And line, it's going to come in slightly to get the edges of things as I want them. But other than that, it's not as important as the other things. So I'm going to get my paints out. I'll get my easel set up with my canvas, and I reckon about an hour and I'll get that done. Right, so whilst you're watching, I'll enjoy the sun and I'll enjoy my painting. I'll see you in a bit. Here's the paints I'm going to use: raw umber, burnt sienna, cadmium yellow, titanium white, cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, and there is no crimson today. So here we have the painting for exercise 9. It was the landscape done in Czechly. And what I was trying to do is just get you to think about painting a landscape or a seascape or a river or a farm or a cityscape. Just one noun covering the whole scene. In exercise 10, we're going to start to break down the landscape and use a few adjectives, but rather than trying to describe the whole scene using adjectives, we're going to start splitting that scene up and using adjectives to describe each bit. So, see you in the next exercise. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Bye.